Good day and welcome back to the Outer Wilds. I'm Duo. I'll be accompanying you on this wondrous adventure. Alrighty. Well, we start here back by the campfire. Let's just go ahead and dive right back into our ship. Oh, hold up. You're going to want to get the launch codes from the observatory first. Wait, did I just die? No. You have a bad dream or something? I won't ask how you got the codes, so hurry up and launch before Hornfels decides to ground you for medical reasons. I want to see whether the new cockpit stays attached during liftoff. Thanks, Slate. Alrighty, so this right here is our ship log, and this keeps track of everything we've discovered. At any point of interest, you know, it'll keep track of things we haven't discovered in a certain area if we need to go back and look for more. This is going to be our constant companion on this journey. So just to kind of go over briefly what we discovered in the last episode, we explored the village, we did all the stuff we needed to lift off, and then we ended up hanging out on the moon of Timber Hearth, the Addle Rock. And so we got to meet up with Esker, listen to him whistle a little bit, gave him some company, the poor guy. We checked out the lunar lookout, ended up just having a good look at the sun, and, you know, we were listening for instruments out there. Now, the strange bit is, while we were there and while we were kind of poking around with our signal scope, and Esker as well, we picked up the harmonica, which belongs to Feldspar, who hasn't been seen around these parts in a hot minute. So, something very peculiar, something we'll definitely be looking into in the future here. We ended up finding this weird eye signal locator, whatever that might be. Looks like it was a device used to pinpoint sources of distant signals. They weren't able to detect a signal from the eye, but you were able to listen to the sun and listen to Giants Deep, and it was pretty cool. So they decided to build a more sophisticated eye signal locator on Brittle Hollow's South Pole. That might be something we want to look into, because I think, yep, one of our traveler friends, Ryback, is actually on the Brittle Hollow as well. Might be a good chance to give him a quick little visit. So I think, I think we'll head there after we do a little more exploring on Timber Hearth. Since it's our home planet, let's go ahead and just knock out everything that there is to find here. Shouldn't take too long, but we'll just get that tucked away, and we'll be able to focus on the stars. Alrighty, ready for launch in 3, 2. Now, there's a crater over here, and oh, what was his name? I think it was Tektite went over here to discover it. Wow, what had happened. Looks like maybe there was a meteor impact of some kind, so we're gonna go ahead and just land to say hello, see what's going on. And that doesn't look too pretty. Let's take a look-see. Sorry. That's right, he lost his leg to ghost matter. It's a nice little detail, you know. Looks like it works. Hey, hatchling? Thought you were taking that tin can of yours into space today. What are you still doing here? Checking in on you, buddy. Me? I saw something crash over the horizon and didn't like what I was seeing, and the pictures my little scout was sending back, so I thought I'd come over here myself and take a look. So what crashed? Is that a dark bramble seed? So what crashed? Don't know what it is exactly. Looks like some kind of plant seed. But it's not anything I've seen on Timber Hearth before, and trust me, I was quite the explorer back in the day. Do you think it's extraterrestrial? Kind of looks like something that might have come off a dark bramble. Whatever it is, put down roots in a hurry. I don't like the look of this thing hatchling, and that's a fact. I think I'll set Marl and Hal loose on it. Marl has been rather axe happy recently. Best to get rid of this mess rather than later, and no one can remove an unwanted plant faster than a tree keeper can. That's the truth. I'll have to get a look at what's inside the seed first, though. Don't want to set anybody to hacking up a potentially dangerous plant without a better idea of what's lurking inside there. Tuff can help me haul the old scout launcher over here. Obviously, the opening is too small for someone to fit inside. Anyway, I'm not going to blindly stick my hands into anything that looks as unpleasant as that seed does. That's a good way to lose an arm or two. And you know a thing or two about losing limbs, huh, Tektite? You learned. So he said he's going to haul a scout launcher, but I've got one. Let's see what we got here. A little bigger on the inside, huh? Hello? You're ugly. Kinda looks like a giant version of that anglerfish I saw back in the museum. Except this one appears to be a little less alive. It's got trees coming out of its mouth. Looks like it probably had a bad encounter with one of those seeds. Let's see if I can see the inside of this thing. Actually looks very similar to this seed right here. I just want to look at that over there. So I see something in between the trees over there. Huh. I'll have to poke at that later. Let's go ahead and retrieve the scout. Let's put you away. Let's see if we can hear anything. Ah. That's Feldspar's harmonica coming from in there. It's a horrible place to be stuck, if he's still alive. Ugh. Enough of that, though. Let's see. Is there anything else exciting here? There was a Quantum Grove and some Nomai ruins as well as Geyser Mountain. And you'll have to bear with me. I've got a little bit of a head cold today, so I'll be a little extra sniffly. We have liftoff. There's Geyser Mountain. Nope, 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 nope. Perfect. Only damaged my landing gear. What the fuck? Oh boy. I died. So my number one theory right now is that there was a geyser. And due to the way physics work in this game, the geyser shot me against the roof of my own cockpit and I got crushed right there. Let's test that theory without getting crushed this time. Ooh, that was not pleasant. Let's grab my suit up, and find this. I think that was a Quantum Grove. Let's see if I can find that Quantum Grove again. Without the death this time. There's our Nomai ruins. It was kind of over here, if I remember proper. In the other direction. Ah, fair enough. I do see a little bit of a geyser there. Is that what got me? Aside from a horrible parking job? Let's get a little further away from the water here. Okay. I landed. What the heck? Oh god. Oh god. Everything's damaged. Let's get out of this thing before something hideous happens. I've got to repair everything. Well, one step at a time. Let's fix my autopilot. My cockpit. Landing gear doing okay? Oh, aft hole. Hole was looking a little patchy there. Let's hop on top. Upper hole. Ooh, that's important. Is that my O2 tanks? It's my fuel tank. That's important. Got a little damage over here. Is it a thruster? A hole? Why are you flashing red for? Oxygen. That's important. Do that from here. So much easier in space. Okay, that's better. So here we are. Unidentified signal nearby. So these are quantum fluctuations coming from a shard here in the grove. The quantum grove. Now I can scan for those anywhere in the system. Don't appear to be a whole lot that I can reach over here. There's a sign over here. Let's go see what it has to say. The quiet shade. It's always dark. A cross-old bark. In the ancient glade. Huh, that's cool. Here it is again. In the ancient glade, the quiet shade, cross-old bark, it's always dark. Same words, different order. I thought it was over there, though. That's weird. Oh, it's probably like the quantum shard in the museum. Everything in this quantum grove kind of moves around without you knowing it. Maybe that's what got me. Maybe the geyser quantumly sprung up beneath me in my last life, and that was the end of me, as they say. Some kind of river thing. Let's follow that for a second. Just gonna leave the old ship back there. Huh. Maybe some kind of little outpost here, maybe? Some notes. Chert's research notes. Property of Chert. I've detected a strange signal coming from somewhere within the grove in this crater. It's very similar. It's very similar to the signal emitted by the quantum moon, so it stands to reason the two signals are probably related. We don't know much about the quantum moon, seeing as no one's ever been able to land on it, but hopefully studying the signal in the grove will reveal more about it. So there is a quantum moon somewhere in the skies. Well, we will have to see what that's all about at some point. For now, let's head back to the ship. Is anything else hideously damaged, or can I get this bucket of bolts off the ground? Oh, everything looks pretty good. Let's get out of here before something else explodes. Let's see, last point of interest was there was a big old Nomai ruin around here somewhere. We should go say hi and see what it's all about. There's the crater. Let's swing about this way. That's where I just was. It's Timber Hearth. Onto this, make it a little bit more orbit. Here we go. Let's line this up straight and coming for a landing. This big Nomai glyph thing right here. Let's go see what that's about. Got a bright light here in the middle of this thing. It's emitting some kind of energy wave, filling up the square here. Bunch of discs rotating in a container of some sort. Don't think we can do anything with that now. Let's just follow the arches. Got one broken bridge up here. But we've got a jetpack, so it's okay. It's kind of waterfall, but we should be able to walk through it. God, my ears. That's loud. There we go. Knocked it down and it put itself back together. This is mining site to be. Or not to be. Is that a question? Into the deep, dark, scary dark we go. Turn my light on. And not leave it on for the entire episode like last time. Sorry, folks. See, there's a waterfall, which will definitely knock me down. So let me go around. Let's see, it looks like there's an elevator. There's a bunch of water down there, and that elevator gets you out of the water. Kind of the same deal with that one over there. So if you ever happen to fall, I'll get you all taken care of. But I didn't fall, so... Ooh, I'm low on fuel. Should be careful with that. Alrighty, we go. Oh, we know. Oh! And I dropped my controller. Nobody heard anything. Alrighty. So we got Oino here. I'm still amazed by how much ore the Ash Twin project requires. Cycad? Isn't this the ore for the remaining towers being built on Ash Twin? The completed towers I've seen are quite huge. Oino. No, the material for those towers is all being taken from Ash Twin. The ore we're mining here will be used to craft an immensely thick protective shell that will physically seal off the chamber inside Ash Twin's core. Coleus, I'm relieved by our clan's decision to use Timber Hearth's ore only for constructing the shell. If eventually life on this planet were to evolve to the point of advanced metallurgy, I'm confident we won't have destroyed their ability to create. Psycat, if they're sealing off all entrances, I hope they've planned accordingly. Oh, because you're sealing the core. Oh. Well, you know. I thought you'd forbidden your apprentice from making puns, Coleus. Coleus, how else would he improve? We don't know much about these Nomai yet, but I like them. They've got an amazing taste in puns. Got some, looks like Nomai skeletons. So not just a mine, but a grave. Ash Twin Projection Stone. This is where they were talking about. Saw a slot over here that this would fit into. Yara. My gratitude for the latest shipment, Uino. This ore should be the last we need for the Ash Twin project. An all orange. That must be important. Yarrow. Once we finish the shell that seals off the central chamber, we'll check to make sure there are no longer any physical entrances. Rami and I will be checking the interior and then the exterior for cracks. Our final safety check. This is exciting news. Can I offer an extra set of eyes for this final check? Specifically mine? If my work here is complete, I'd be delighted to help. We'd be grateful if you would. The more eyes, the better, as the smallest flaw or opening in the shell that protects the Ash Twin project could lead to disaster. So, there's this Ash Twin project that's been mentioned twice now. It's highlighted in orange, might be pretty important. They're making a shell using the ore from here on Timber Hearth. It needs to be super, super tight. Whoa, hello. That's the same mask you see when you die. Looks like there's 3 of them. Huh. Not much else to see here, though. Weird. Huh. If this is a projection stone, is this what's going on the Ash Twin? Kind of has that same sparkle that the ore from around here does. That might be the protective shell they were talking about. But I think that's all I can learn here. But heck, let's go for a swim. Appear to be some holes here. Maybe we can go exploring. Volcanic geyser vents. Is there anything else back this way? Tunnels coming from? No? Nothing at all. Oh. I guess to round out everything here on Timber Hearth, I'll go take a look at the Geyser Mountain. And, then we'll get moving on to Brittle Hollow to look at that eye signal locator that Ryback went off to go study. Oh boy, I am dangerously low on fuel. Hope I can make it back to my ship. Here's something. That was accidental. After closer observation, mining site 2A won't be safe for the native life dwelling in some of the cave's pools. So, unfortunately, we'll have to mine one of the other sites. There are a few other cave sites that look promising. What about Site 2B, where we just came from? It shares similar formations and strata. That sounds promising. Will you and your mentor investigate? If mining Site 2B proves safe for this native species, we'll move our work there. Site 2B is safe. Coleus says we'll continue to monitor activity and its effect on the life here. On the opposite hand, new life. This species is semi-aquatic and very hardy. The ecosystem here is quite robust, so I believe they'll thrive in the long run. Be cautious near the pools if you visit 2A to meet them. They remind me of a subterranean species that my mentor, Millerai, once told me about, from when our clan used to travel across the universe. I imagine she would have enjoyed these life forms greatly. Oh. So they actually discovered us as we were starting to climb out of the pools. Look at those 4 eyes. Has to be us. Let's see if we can ride this all the way out. Nope. Let's try this one. Now using oxygen as a propellant. That sounds dangerous. And also not nearly as effective as, fuel. Oof. Can I make it safely back without cracking my head open? Stay tuned and we'll find out. Let's see here. Well, since this planet's full of oxygen, I'm not too worried about using my O2 as a means of getting around. Oh, that's right. Let's use this over here to replenish our fuel. Let's go check out some geysers. Actually, I think that was the only thing you can really discover in there. There's a system of caves that can take you around the Timber Hearth, but we've already been to all the big places, I think. Oh, heck, why not? I think we're already starting to get pretty late in this cycle. Go take a look at the sun, see how angry it's looking. It's already pretty rad. So, we probably don't have a lot of time left in this loop, so let's investigate the Geyser Mountain. Big long shaft here. Get some underwater currents. Goodness, I'm wearing a spacesuit. Appears to be a nice little bunch of caves over here. Which way did I come from? I think I came through that one. Let's go check this out. is where we were before, but I missed one of the dialogue options. Thank goodness I came back. I was watching them once during a rest, and the hours escaped from me. They're fascinating. I wonder what their fourth eye does. I guess they only have 3 eyes. That was kind of worth it. Flying around the planet, trying to get back to my ship and not die. Let's go ahead and do a little recap of what we picked up there. Looks like there's a few things. Alrighty, so we saw the dark bramble seed. Seed crashed here, it's already taken root. Checked out once to use a scout launcher to see what's inside. I picked up harmonica music when I aimed my signal scope at it. And when I launched my little scout in there, it was much bigger on the inside. And when I launched my scout into the seed that crashed on Timber Hearth, it ended up in the dark bramble. So maybe it's like a teleporter or a warp hole of some kind. Ugly looking one. We have the Nomai Mines on Timber Hearth, where they mined ore to craft a protective shell to physically seal off the central chamber inside of Ash Twin. Once the shell was finished, the Nomai checked to ensure that there were no longer any physical entrances or cracks, and they happened to discover a species of 4-eyed, semi-aquatic life forms in the waterways near the mine. Wonder who those might have been. So the only thing we know about the Ash Twin project is that the central chamber has been physically sealed off by an immensely thick protective shell. There is a strange rock in the Quantum Grove that moves when we're not watching. It emits a signal on the quantum fluctuations frequency, and we found a poem written on one of the trees in the grove that changes every time you look at it. Looks like Chert had some notes on a quantum moon that no Hearthian has ever been able to land on, but that's all we know about that for now. So from here, we should start heading towards the eye signal locator on Brittle Hollow's south pole. See if we can find more out about that. Just set my autopilot for the Brittle Hollow. Actually, I'm going to go around the sun first so I don't accidentally autopilot into the sun. As fun as that would be. On our way. Wait, is that the quantum moon? I think it is. There's that black hole that sucked us up and shot us off at the end of the universe earlier. We'll have to check that out at a later point. But for now, I see this intriguing looking maybe escape pod. Is that falling in? So maybe the other world's falling in as we're getting closer to the end. There we go. I've now discovered the frequency of the distress beacons. And this is Escape Pod 1. Thatch, is everyone unharmed? Plume. No one was badly injured from the escape pod's impact. We're incredibly fortunate. That is good news at least. Have you heard from Escape Pod 2 or Escape Pod 3? No, I'm unable to make contact. My equipment can hear the other two escape pods' distress signals, however. If it's any comfort, both pods must be structurally intact. Felix, I'll continue calling for them. Thatch, with gratitude if we can. Thatch, the moon is approaching again. Everyone brace yourselves swiftly. The volcanic moon has returned. Ah, the lantern. That is one ugly looking moon. Be cautious of falling ash and debris. I believe the moon has passed. Felix, this planet doesn't appear eager to have guests. We are certainly unwelcome on its surface. We need to find shelter, and quickly. The volcanic moon won't be gone for long. Plume, I've observed several promising sites below the surface, but we'll need to construct a way for everyone to climb safely down this cliff. Perhaps we could build platforms? So, judging by the sound of the music, I think we are actually at the end of this cycle. So let's watch it happen. Let's watch our impending death. Kablooey! I'm gonna go back into this black hole again. There we are. Best view at the edge of the system. See the other planets, you know, bracing against the shock of the supernova. Oh god. Oh, yep. Oof. Extra crispy Hearthian right there. And there you have it. We've completed our exploration of Timber Hearth, and we're just starting to explore the Brittle Hollow. Gonna see what this eye signal locator is about, and maybe even meet up with our good friend Rybeck, the banjo player. And we'll kind of move for there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll look forward to seeing you all in the next video.